Hello and welcome. We're live here on Forever Sports. If you're in South Africa, it's early Saturday morning action from Singapore in the Sevens World Series circuit. The Blitzboks looking to make amends after last weekend's disappointing display in Hong Kong. Failing to make the knockout stages, they're up against Great Britain here. And just a special thank you to all the fans tuning in here on Forever Sports. Let's go on this journey together. It's South Africa who are going to kick us off from right to left with the left boot of Selvin Davids. And a slight change in the format in case you're wondering. Instead of 3 groups of 4 teams here in Singapore, it's going to be 4 groups of 3. So crucial that South Africa win each of their pool games, which is Great Britain and Argentina respectively, but it's Selvin Davids who does get us underway, and he puts it deep into the 22 of Great Britain who have possession. They're looking to attack from deep now. A strong defensive set from the Blitzboks, but Great Britain look to break away down this left-hand touchline in possession. Great Britain, they work up to the 10-metre line on this left-hand side. Still holding on to the ball. You feel South Africa did themselves an injustice last week. Just not having enough of the ball in hand to do the damage we know they can do. Defending for all they're worth here inside the half of Great Britain, but they look to break away. Selvin Davids goes in to make the tackle. But Great Britain are away. Great cover defence, but still in possession. Sonny Jardine takes it up at the base. Here's Will Homer and Great Britain looking to attack and score the first points here. They're only 15 metres out. And South Africa concede a penalty under all sorts of pressure on defense, and we're going to the TMO. What are we looking at here, son? It's head-on-head contact. That might be a red card. Who's the man responsible there? South Africa in a little bit of trouble here. Are there any mitigating factors? The TMO will tell us in accordance with the referee shortly. He's gone to the pocket. Job is gone straight red. And that's catastrophic for the Blitzboks. They'll have to play the rest of this game with only 6 players, but you can't go in head on head. The Saint American football, son. And that will cost the side dearly. And with this refined format, the margins for error become so much smaller. Big problems here for the Blitzboks now to mitigate that red card. South Africa, as it stands, in 4th position on the overall log. 22 points away from number 1 Argentina. With only 1 tournament to play in Los Angeles. An air of desperation at the moment for the Blitzboks. Not doing themselves any favours with that red card. It's Great Britain who will have the 1-man advantage. We've only played about 1.5 minutes in this game. So they'll have 12.5 minutes with the extra man, and they start to believe now, Team GB. We know South Africa can fight through adversity, but with all the space on the field, 1 man down. South Africa have their backs against the wall. How are they going to respond? Time off for the moment. But Team GB in a commanding position inside the South African 22. We'll restart with the penalty when play gets underway again. But just in terms of player safety, that sort of defensive tackle will not be tolerated. And as a result, South Africa have a red card. It looks like Will Homer's okay. He's up and back on his feet. So why it becomes crucial, if you lose one of your pool games, it's only the top team out of the three in each pool that will go through straight to the semi-final. So this format, there's no quarterfinals. It's the top four teams from each pool respectively that will go straight to the Cup semi-final. And it's, in fact, I think it's Sonny Jardine who's down, not Will Homer. He's still down. The medics are attending to him. We hope he's okay. Bit of drama early on this Saturday morning, but from wherever you tuned in, give a shout out in the comment section. Let's hear from the fans. We are, of course, because of the fans who go with us on this rugby journey here on Forever Sports. And if you're a South African fan in the moment, you feel a little bit dejected. But all is not said and done. There's a lot to play for. We're just attending to the injured player. But Sebastian Job will take no further part in the game. Kenya, of course, in case you missed it, saw past the challenge of Ireland and Spain defeating Uruguay for the results that took place before this match. South Africa now up against it here in Singapore. Of course, the next pool game is against the overall log leaders, Argentina. And we know how tough that can be. They really are on a roll, Argentina, in terms of their consistency over the Sevens World Series last season and this season. It must be said, credit to them and their coaching team. A real tough unit, skillful, and just know how to grind out a win. South Africa desperate to make amends after last weekend's failure to reach the playoffs. Really uncharacteristic. We expect to see the likes of South Africa, Fiji, amongst others in those playoffs. But we've also seen, should I say, the rise of Spain. In fact, Spain sitting above South Africa at the moment in the overall standings. We wouldn't have called that at the start of the season. New Zealand lingering down in 7th position. Competition across the board, ramping up. No guarantees here this season on the Sevens circuit. We've seen Uruguay take one or two scalps along the way as well. And we will restart after that long layoff. Safety of the player and well-being of the player of main concern. A dejected look on the face of Sebastian Job. We'll have to watch from the sideline and take no further part, but we are underway here with the scrum reset, which Great Britain called for. They're inside the 22, playing from left to right as they look to break away. Tristan Late slips the tackle. There's a try. Yes, it is. Harry Glover is over. Between the sticks, the conversion should be a formality. The lovely inside step, and Tristan Late's desperately trying to get the bootlaces of Harry Glover, but he had his eyes for the try line. And Great Britain now take the lead and, in fact, put the conversion over. It's a full 7-pointer. Noah Lansky, shout out. No, in case you missed it, South Africa have a red card. Early on in this game, a dangerous tackle deemed by the TMO and referee, so they'll be playing with 6 men. It makes their task so much more difficult. Team GB kick off, and it's Tristan Late who takes it in. He can't keep it in field. Worked his way up to the 10-meter mark. But South Africa will concede possession to Team GB here. And again, they can't get their hands on the ball. Team GB with the line-out throw. It's secured. They're up and over the 10-meter mark, playing from left to right, looking to utilize that one-man advantage. Now South Africa have to make their tackles more desperate than ever now. But how long can they defend for before there's some tired bodies out there? Team GB look efficient. The ball recycling is good. They're down this right-hand touchline. Shilton van Wyk going in there to make the tackle. Set up another ruck, but it's quick ball for GB. Yes, a try. Yes, it is. It's Sonny Jardine who's over for his 11th career try. Relatively new on the 7th circuit, but what a time to score. Just to turn the screws tighter here against the blitz box. Great Britain, who have been struggling of late on the 7th circuit, have a 2-score advantage now. The conversion could make it another full 7-pointer, and South Africa will have to come from behind. At the moment, they don't have the answers. The conversion is sailing. It's over. Surely now. Selvin Davids collects the restart. South Africa will have to play from deep with that man short. Can they find the answers? In possession, they can't hold on to it. It's turned over. It's all turning pear-shaped here. It's Will Homer. Great Britain laying down the marker here in a very commanding position. His 42nd try on the 7th circuit. South Africa can't hold on to the ball. Spilt out of their hands, and Great Britain punish the blitz box. If you're a South African fan, it's looking quite desperate at the moment. 3 scores behind. The conversion from the drop goal is over. It's 21 points to 0. And you can't help but feel that red card really hurt the blitz box. Psychologically, as well as physically on the field, just so much space to cover. But there is still time for a comeback, but with a little over 1 minute to play in the first half, they got to make it count now, the blitz box. They shifted wide to Ryan Oosthuizen. Can't fend off the tackler. They set up a ruck. South Africa get the penalty. It's Shilton van Wyk. They look to shift it now. Selvin Davids. He's got the twinkle toes. Can he go? Zane Davids barges his way over. Some relief for the Blitzbox fans. Can that spark some sort of comeback here? It will be something special, no doubt, to come from 3 scores behind. They've done some crazy things in the past. And here in this first Pool A fixture, as a South African fan, we can only hope there's a repeat of something crazy as Zane Davids barges his way over. The conversion sails wide. Seems like there will be time for a restart, but that's his 46th try on the Sevens World Series circuit for Zane Davids. And South Africa with an unforced error that they can't afford, gifting possession to Great Britain here. In the lead at 21 points to 5. Ball in hand is Will Homer. What will they look to do? Will they look to play and really dent the potential comeback in the second half? Great Britain do want to play. South Africa with a fractured defensive shape, being one man down, have to hold on for dear life here in this first half. Great Britain recycle it. It's Sonny Jardine with a try to his name already as they look to break away. Westhuizen, he's been stepped. Davids, can't get him. There's a try. It is a fourth try. And it's going from bad to worse. South Africa relieved when Zane Davids barged over the try line just before half time. There was time for a restart. An unforced error at the kickoff. Just gifting possession back to Great Britain. And try time. It's try number 4. They punish the blitz box. It's Luke Mason who goes over. South Africa slipping the tackles. And from the boot, the conversions have been good. And as I say that, he shanks it wide past the left-hand upright. But it is half-time. And South Africa will need 3 scores, 3 converted scores just to draw level. 7 minutes to play in the second half. Not looking good at the moment for the blitz box. So if you're a South African fan and you've woken up to this, no doubt, very disappointing way to start the Saturday. But there's still a second half to play, folks. South Africa is still in this one, no doubt. We've seen some comeback over the years. Comeback, should I say. Just a 2-minute break for the teams to get their final thoughts together and some sort of words of inspiration for the blitz box. No doubt they've got to score first, and we're just about underway in the second half. It will be Team Great Britain to kick off from right to left, and we are underway. Will they look to put it deep? No, they look for a contestable kick. It's perfectly placed. South Africa can't get possession back. They have to defend. Once again, that will definitely take its toll, but it's Homer at the base. He's been efficient, clearing that ball from the ruck. Can South Africa get over the ball? No, they can't. Tristan Lates makes a strong defensive tackle. But as the time ticks down, it's all going to get a little bit desperate. Jardine looks to make a break. There's space down this right-hand side. South Africa can't afford to slip tackles, let alone concede another try. And here it is. You feel now it's a bridge too far. It is Sonny Jardine who goes over for his 12th try. His second of the night. And it's just a little bit too much for the blitz box at the moment, you feel. South Africa in 6s and 7s, well, in fact, in 6s on defence with the man down. But in terms of their defensive shape all over the place, perhaps didn't account for that early red card. Deemed by the referee that there was no mitigation A little over 5.5 minutes to play. It's 33 points to 5 in South Africa. At least need to look to finish strong here. The margins now for error, minuscule, microscopic. South Africa have to be accurate. They have to get the ball back. You can't play without the ball. And again, Great Britain contest the restart, but somehow it's Ricky Duarte trying to go down this left-hand touchline, but running out of space. South Africa have got possession. Shilton van Wyk. The ball is floated out to Selvin Davids. Twinkle Toes gets it out to MP Visser, who looks to use brute strength. South Africa have the penalty. Dewald Human wants to play. They've got to play quickly. They've got to play quickly. They do. They score. They got to get on their bicycles and pedal at a rate of knots, because they still trail by 23 points to the blitz box. But it is Dewald Human who goes over for the try. South Africa in double figures. But just the position of where he scored makes the conversion a little bit more tougher. And those 2 points will be crucial now, which they fail at. No conversion to unconverted try. South Africa trail by 23 with just under 4.5 minutes to play. They kick off. And no, don't make any real contest of it. Great Britain have possession. You feel every time they got the ball in their possession, they converted to a 5 or a 7-pointer. South Africa can't most certainly afford to leak any more tries. It's Severe Sizwipe who looks to get over the ball. He done enough to disrupt it, but it's only a knock-on from the stalwart of this Blitzbox team. He couldn't hold on to it. Team GB will have possession from the scrum. We're 15 metres in from this left-hand touchline, just inside the half of Great Britain here. 31 carries in this game to South Africa's 13. That's indicative of the fact that South Africa have not had possession. And in terms of a tackle completion rate, no surprises there that it's only at 82% for the blitz box. Playing with the man short, but that's just not good enough. At this level to compete, one feels you need 90 and over consistently. And now South Africa are in more trouble. They're down to 5. And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, it's Dewald Human with a cynical foul who's going to go for 2 minutes. South Africa playing with 5 men on the field. I don't know what they did last night, but somehow, psychologically, it just seemed that these players took a knock when they lost Sebastian Job to the sin bin for that red card. We talk about it, but on the 7th circuit, playing with the man short becomes desperate. In a 15-man game, perhaps you can get away with it, but not at this level. Not on the 7th circuit, not here in Singapore. South Africa defending for dear life, but coasting over the try line go Great Britain for try number 6. It's Matt Davidson with his first try of the night, his 7th in his career. And it's all too easy. They take it down the left-hand side. They then give the ball some air and shift it to Matt Davidson. Sizwipe tries in vain. And with the 2-man advantage, it's starting to look all a little bit too easy for Great Britain at the moment. It's men against boys out there, and only on the basis of the numbers on the field. South Africa, no doubt, a proud Sevens nation. We've been on top of the pile for so many years. In the rebuilding phase, one feels, but still right up there to compete. But in this game, they've not really been able to compete. We're going to go upstairs here from the restart. It's one of the South African players who perhaps have been deemed to be taken out in the air. Will that be a yellow card at least for Great Britain? Some sort of consolation for South Africa. Will still be 5 against 6. What does the TMO say? Let's see the card. Come on. Give us something, Mr. F. Surely now. Deliberation here between the ref and the TMO. What's so complicated? Let's get on with it. Some attention to the South African player. No decision as of yet. It's Great Britain 38-10 over the blitz box. No need to rub your eyes. That is the legitimate score. Major upset, one feels. Based on the season's development so far, Great Britain have been under the pump, lingering in the bottom half of the log. But with the win over the blitz box, put South Africa in a real desperate situation in their second and final pool game. In case you missed it, keep in mind the pools are no longer 3 pools of 4 here in Singapore. It's 4 pools of 3, so it's only 2 group games. The top team from each pool will go straight to the semi-final here in Singapore. And with that points difference, it's not looking good for the blitz box at the moment. Becomes crucial to win those 2 games. You felt South Africa were going to be the team who could get over the line here. And we got a straight red for Team GB. Where was that earlier in the game? Obviously, there was no circumstance allowing for that. But it's probably come a little bit, almost certainly come a little bit too late here. With 2 minutes to play, it is Harry Glover who gets a straight red. He can't believe it. The important thing for Team GB is they got the points on the board at 38 points to 10. South Africa will restart with the penalty. Surely now they've got to just go wide and try and stretch this Great Britain defence. Rely on individual brilliance and skill, which we know these players have across the board. But time still off for the moment. Some attention being given there to the South African player. I think it's Donovan John. Number 15. Of course, South Africa desperate to get high on the log. They got Spain above them. Fiji in second spot, of course, overall. And Argentina sitting comfortably at the top. South Africa will still need to play Argentina in their second pool game here in Pool A of Singapore. Argentina, 88 points. Fiji, 76. Spain, 74. South Africa, 66. France, 64. Australia, 54. And New Zealand, 50. Great Britain in 8th position at 38 points. So well off the mark. But South Africa, well off the mark in this game, being totally outplayed, albeit extenuating circumstances. It's the scoreboard that matters. Swing low, sweet chariot, they say. South Africa at an all-time low at the moment. Where do they go to from here in Singapore? I guess they'll just want to finish with the flurry against Argentina. If they can get that scalp, perhaps throw themselves in the mix. But then we work down to mathematical equations. Because here, South Africa are trailing by 28 points. Massive points difference, which works out negatively for the blitz box for Great Britain. Sitting comfortably. Time still off for the moment. We've still got a little over 2 minutes to play. And we will restart with the South African penalty. 6 players against 5. Great Britain still have the advantage for the next 40-odd seconds with Dewald Human getting that red or yellow card, should I say, for that cynical foul. But here comes South Africa. It's a tap and go. Selvin Davids is away. Up and over into Great Britain's territory. Working their way up to the 10-metre mark. Zwaipi goes in to play halfback. And they shift it to Ricky Duarte. Ditting and darting. Here comes South Africa. Who's got the pace? It's going to be a 5-metre scrum. It's carried over. South Africa have an opportunity now to score a third try here. One feels as Dewald Human comes back onto the field. We're even Stevens for the first time in this game in terms of numbers at 6 against 6. Sebastian Job and Harry Glover with the red cards respectively. But since 1.5 minutes in, Great Britain have had the numbers game advantage here. South Africa look to play it wide. Is there an opportunity? No, there's not. It's knocked on. But we're coming back for a penalty to South Africa. Just tap and go. Selvin Davids. Come on! MP Visser. Well, that sums it up. Tapped off the boot, but then lost it out of their hands. Not a defender in sight. That sums it up. The basics. We failed at the basics. Let's not throw the blitz box away. They've still got Argentina later on today here in Singapore. Let's wish them well to finish strong against the top team of the tournament, of the World Series, in fact. But it's Great Britain who restart the scrum from that unforced error from MP Visser. South Africa had it on a golden plate. But it's Team GB who look to finish strong here. They just need to get the ball out, you know. It is a penalty. Matthew Manas, shout out, brother. Says it was a deserved red, but that early in sevens, you'll always struggle. Hit the nail on the head there, Matthew. Cesar Palumbo, la única transmisión en vivo para Latinoamérica. Shout out, Cesar. But that is that, folks. I want to say it's been an absolute pleasure. It has been purely because of the fans, but as a South African supporter, it's the blitz box who go down by 38 points to 10 and put themselves in a really precarious position here in Singapore, with the pool only being consisting of 3 teams. A victory over Argentina might not even be enough, but they'll look to finish strong. It's all over here in Pool A for the first game of Singapore for the blitz box. They go down by 38 points to 10. From myself, Roots, here on Forever Sports. Until next time. Bye for now.